Hey, hey, hey. We are live. And this is actually going to be an excellent evening indeed because it's Wow Wednesday. And you know what Wow Wednesday means. I forgot to hit the go live button up over there. All right, we're live. Anyways, today is an excellent day because it means that we're going to go live. It means that it is Wow Wednesday. Well, Wow Wednesday is an amazing day. I actually got to try and look at Stonewalker Outpost in all essence. and it's one of those things where well, I'll be honest, we got to figure out how we're going to get that. Hey, Peter. So I might have to do some creative financing or something like this out there to get this, but you know what? We're going to work on that. We're going to work on that. But the point is that today is with Wow Wednesday. We're talking about our consistency, our credibility. And that's the thing is that when you are consistent, it builds your credibility. And when you get your credibility, things come for you. Blessings, your abundance. See, tonight's message is simple, but it's going to be heavy. See, your consistency is your credibility. And those blessings that you've been wanting, those things that you pray for, those things that you want, those things that you dream about, those things that you fantasize about, those things that you long for, that are deeply rooted inside of you, that you want so badly, that you focus entirely on, that you stay disciplined, that you're consistent in your habits, that you're consistent in your daily disciplines, you're consistent in working towards your dreams and your goals. That builds your credibility, that what happens is they will come because you stayed the course. Not because you're perfect, not because you got it all figured out, and not because life got easy. Trust me, life doesn't get easy. You get used to it. You learn how to try and take care of it. Hi, darling. What's up?
Chicken butt.
What are you doing, honey?
I need to see something.
And so what happens is you don't figure it all out. You learn how to adapt to life.
Hey, so
life doesn't get easier.
I have a question.
You learn how to deal with it.
Question.
Can the question wait until I'm done?
No, because this is going to be a right now matter.
What is it, darling? What is it that's so important that you have to stop me in the middle of my life?
Okay.
For your precious Amazon.
So, should...
Yes.
No.
No, you shouldn't.
No. This one, or I have a different one. This one, or... I did not spell that right.
See, you're not even ready to ask
one
questions.
Of these. Would that be good? Just for like little snacks? Or that, or that, or that, or that. But I'm only going to get a single one, not 20. That?
I like that one myself.
Why? Because it has a little
Because it's a little bit bigger. And it has that little dipping sauce thing in it that you like.
Yeah, but then it's going to be hard to do with dipping sauce, so I was just going to buy these.
Then you got 8 different things all bouncing around inside your bags.
Yeah, but if I don't...
Whereas this is just one thing. One thing.
That?
Yeah. I say go for it. Do that.
Okay.
All right.
That's all.
Sorry about that. That was a major teenage girl life crisis type thing that she has to figure out if she can order it as soon as possible.
Yeah, for next week.
For next week. Because,
yeah.
Well, we can't wait till next week for it. So.
How do I? I don't care.
Anyways. See, you kept showing up when quitting would have made more sense. You kept moving when the path wasn't clear. And you kept believing when the evidence didn't match your promise. All right. Because what happens is we tend to try and get so worked up about the challenges that are in front of us, we lose sight of our goals and we get frustrated and overwhelmed. And we think about, you know what? What's the point? Is it really worth it? That's what happens. You know, I joke about, you know, somebody once said, hey, Natasha, somebody once said that everybody is alive until they're about 30 years old and then they die. But they don't get buried until their 70s or 80s. Oh, those are cool.
Should I? Or
yeah, sure. And so what that means is that the reason why that happens that way is because most people focus on their dreams until they get about 30 years old, when life finally beats them into submission and they lose sight of their dreams. They get so worked up on making sure that they can have the money to pay for the bills for the house, the kids, the cars, making sure that they can take care of their business, making sure that they can deal with the medical bills and taking care of their sick parents and taking care of this, that life beats them into submission and they lose their dreams. The dreams fall to the back of their mind and they forget about them. Or they get too scared to attempt to try them because they've got too much to lose. And so what happens? What happens is people tend to quit when it gets to that point. And while we're not quitters, we keep moving when the path isn't clear. We keep believing when the evidence doesn't match our promises. Because we know what's at the end of the rainbow. We know what's on the other side of those challenges. We know what's on the other side of those bankruptcies and the medical bills and the job loss. We know that if we get back up, we can try to keep running. We know that if we get back up, we can keep going. You see, consistency is the quiet language of faith. And I don't care if you're Christian or not. You gotta believe in something. If you're gonna believe in something, at least believe in yourself. Have faith that you can do it. Because you have a dream and you're not lazy.
I love that. We got a lot of next space.
And you know what? The proof that you're serious about the life you want, that's when every time you get back up after you fall. And hear me, those blessings that you want, that abundance that you want, those dreams that you want, they respond to your consistency. Sorry, dad tax. That's what she gets for bringing me an icy to try and cut open for her, huh? But anyways, see, we live in a world that's obsessed with results, all right? People clap for outcomes, right? People are always clapping for outcomes. People are always trying to, and expecting the results. And, oh, wow, look at that. They did this. They did that. They did this. And stay with me, camera. Stay with me. And so what happens is people clap for the outcomes. They don't really ever look at the effort. God honors the effort. And I don't care if you're a Christian or not, but God honors the effort. Life honors the effort. Whatever God you believe in honors the effort. Because people celebrate the blessings, but you know what? Life, God, whatever higher power you believe in watches you building the effort. Because see, the world sees the fruit of the effort. But the maker, he sees the roots. He sees what you're made out of. He's the one that Trump put you here. He's the one that gave you the dream. And some of you have been in this season where your roots were growing deeper than your branches will ever be. Oh, cool. Thank you.
I don't like this spread.
Okay. Because see, we as stormwalkers are growing higher. In order to grow higher, our roots have to grow deep. In order to grow deep, we got to cut through those bricks. We got to cut through those storms. We got to cut through the sand. Sometimes we got to cut through the channels of water. And sometimes those roots are going to drown. But point is, though, is that those roots get buried so that we can rise. When you look at a tree, you see the branches at the top of the tree all out about. But when you see a storm come through and the tree is actually pushed down, you're going to see that the roots are all flattened out long ways. They're not deep. Our roots are deep because we have gone through some challenges that have really would have knocked over other people. See, some people think nothing's happening, but everything is happening. We are building our roots deep. And early every morning, early every night, every quiet prayer we give off, every private sacrifice that we do to build our dreams, to focus on our future, to build our habits and our discipline, that we build with consistency. Those aren't moments that are wasted. Those are moments that our future are going to thank us for. Because those are investments to our future. And blessings will always pay us back when our consistency deposits. See, consistency creates credibility because patterns speak louder than promises. I'm sure we've all heard the phrase that actions speak louder than words. I don't know about you, but I've heard that. My mother used to say that to me all the time. Oh, your actions speak louder than words. I know you're sorry, but you know what? You kept sticking a cat out that window and locking it outside the window when you're a kid. You're a terrible little boy. Huh? You burnt the porch down twice. Actions speak louder than words. You burnt the carpet in the living room. You're a firebug. And I ended up going to counseling because of that. But, that's besides the point. And so our patterns speak louder than the promises that we make. We can try to go around saying, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. But until we actually try to start doing it, that's a whole nother story. Oh, yeah, we're going to go to the gym and work out. Oh, yeah, we're going to try and go back to school. We're going to study 5 times a week. We're going to practice 2 times a day. Those patterns speak louder than words. And the thing is that the other thing that consistency creates credibility is repetition. You don't go to the gym and lift weight one time. That's it. I got muscles now. Yeah. Yeah, I got muscles. I lifted the weight one time. It doesn't work like that. You got to go there and lift the muscles a couple times. Take a break. Do it again a couple times. Take a break. Do it again a couple more times. It's called reps for a reason. I've got a t-shirt on my TikTok shirt store that says reps. Go to my TikTok shop. It's on there. T-shirt, reps. I actually forgot what the quote was. I put a whole bunch of them on there, and it looks really cool. But anyways, repetition builds trust faster than motivation. Repetition builds your credibility faster than motivation. Repetition builds your habits faster than anything else. Because when you repeat yourself over and over and over again, whether it's getting up and going for that bike ride, getting up and going for that walk, getting up and torturing your father.
Hey, I made you food.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to eat it while I'm working.
Thanks.
Repetition builds your future faster than anything else. And finally, there's a follow through. And that's actually something I lack on. I mean, I'll admit, I'm follow through anonymous here. See, follow through is more powerful than inspiration. And when I say follow through, not only do you take care of the patterns, and not only do you do the repetition, but follow through is to try and see how you're doing. Critique yourself. Judge yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to yourself. See, my daughter, all right, a little story here. My daughter was in track, and I was in high school. We all were in high school sooner or later, at least until I got kicked out. But when I was in high school, I was on soccer. Didn't care like it. I was on a chess team. I played first sport on chess team and went to the state finals. Which is yeah, all right. Shows you what I use where my athletic skills were. Up here, not anywhere else. But anyways, long story short, so I really didn't know how track worked, and I come to find out that track worked on. They didn't compare to other people. They compared the times to yourself, because she tried and did the shot put and the running and stuff like that. And so bad tax again, huh? Oh, hey, thank you for the rose, French fry. And so they they compare yourself to your previous time to see how well you do better. And so that's what I'm saying is, we don't compare ourselves to other people. We compare ourselves to, thanks again, French fry. We compare ourselves to ourselves. And that's what we need to try to do. When we follow through, that's where I tend to like I said, follow through anonymous here. I tend to compare myself to other people, unfortunately. I'm not I'm not quite as good as Eric Thomas or David Power Talk, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And so, as long as I'm working on it, that's all that matters. And finally, the last thing that we have to really focus on is alignment. Because our alignment is more attractive than the talent is. Because you can have talent all you want. All right. I mean, I can get up here and do a jig on a stage for you, and that's just fine. But you know what? What good is doing a jig if I really have no actual destination on where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do? How is it going to help you? How's it going to help me? If my goal is to try to be one of the best motivational speakers in the world, what is getting on stage and doing a dance going to do for you? What's it going to do for me? Absolutely nothing. And so we have to align ourselves to what it is our dreams are, our goals are. If we want to try and be the best doctor on the planet, well, then guess what? We need to try and focus on our medical skills. If we want to be the best movie star, we need to focus on being the best movie star. If we want to be the best, the secretary, or the best HVAC, or the best plumber in the area, we need to focus on that. If we want to try and have those dreams and goals that we want, we need to try and focus on it and align ourselves towards what we want. Because people trust what you do repeatedly, not what you say occasionally. And so those consistency patterns that we have, the patterns, the repetitions, the follow through, the alignment, all those things are what build your credibility on people seeing what you say. Exactly, discipline and consistency. Because your consistency becomes your reputation. And your reputation becomes your credibility. Okay. And And credibility becomes the magnet that pulls the abundance that the life is out there. I mean, we're on this lovely planet where there's so much in this on this world that can come to us. The blessings, they'll come to you. They don't chase chaos. They don't chase the lazy. Yes, you have to put in the effort to receive the results. That's right. My mother used to say, God helps those who help themselves. And it's actually very, very true if you look at it. Because if you try and actually put forth the effort, you will do it. You know, I personally love the one quote, I have a dream and I'm not lazy. And as long as I have that dream, I mean, it's a quote I keep right here. Boom, right here. I have a dream and I am not lazy. This is a post-it note I go around telling people they should put it on their bathroom mirror. Say it to themselves at least once a day, every day. Or at least every time they wash their hands. That'd be better. Because you know what? I love that quote. Because if you repeat that quote 3 times a day minimum, you're going to wake up with a happiness in your heart. And you're going to realize that, you know what? Maybe I can do it. Maybe I can try and have my dreams. And when you start believing in yourself, you become an unstoppable force. Yeah, I've been using that word a lot, thanks to a fellow mentor of mine. Yeah, and you know what? That consistency builds your reputation. It builds your credibility because people are watching you. They are learning from you. And when they see that you succeed based on you getting back up, you working on your future, you focusing on your dreams and how you're doing it, they're going to do it too because they're going to see that, hey, it's okay. How many minutes are you on? I don't know, a few. It's okay to be a little crazy. It's okay to have pictures of your dreams on your walls. It's okay to have post-it notes of goals and personal notes on there to help create a better mindset for yourself. And you'll always be able to change your mindset because that's when you'll be aligned. Even when you don't feel like it. Yes, a vision plan. Make your visions plain and clear. Here, you know what? We're gonna go for a walk. Well, not walk. We're gonna. All right, check and look at this. My vision. Yeah, don't mind the mess. All right, this is my happy little wall. All right, this is some land I'm actually looking at buying. All right, yeah, we got the WOW logo up there, and this is it right here. 20-something acres. Oh yeah, I'm working on it right now. So that's that. You know, and to give you an idea, it's so far gone into my vision that I've actually got it on my screen completely. You know, so it's everywhere on my screen. So it's everywhere on my screen. So that you got to have your dreams and your goals everywhere. You got to remind yourself on a daily basis. You got to have them there. Because when you have them there and you're constantly reminding yourself, it helps you remember why you're working so hard and you don't get burnt out. Believe me, I've been burnt out. Burnt out sucks. Burnt out is horrible. That's why it's so important to get aligned with your goals, your dreams, and your vision plan. Because some of you are stepping into a season where the blessings are coming too slowly. And some of you are coming where the blessings are coming too fast. But you know what? As long as you keep focusing on your consistency, long as you keep focusing on your discipline, as long as you keep focusing on your repetitions and your follow through and your alignment and the patterns that you are creating for yourself, the doors are going to open. The opportunities are going to appear. The right people will show up, and the breakthroughs will hit your life like a tidal wave. Because hear me on this one. Blessings are never random. They come to you when you work your hardest towards them. And they're not going to show up until you're about ready to quit. They're not going to show up until you're you're standing there quivering, your legs are quivering, and you're so exhausted, and you're so tired, and you're so ready to quit. And you just take that one more step, and that one more step. And then you open your eyes, and with a shaking hands and a quivering voice, boom, there it is. Because blessings and your dreams and your goals are the result of your long obedience on focusing on your goals, on the hard work. Because you're not lucky, you're consistent. It's not talent, it's discipline. And discipline and consistency always attracts what you dream of. Because see, the next blessings in your life isn't going to be a coincidence. It's going to be a confirmation for your hard work. It's going to be the evidence for you for you not giving up. It's going to be the results of you taking that one more step, that one more rep, getting back up and standing up, getting on that treadmill, getting on an exercise cycle, going back to class, going back to that job that you hate, going back to that doctor's appointment. Because consistency doesn't just change your life. It changes you. It builds your discipline. It builds your resilience. It builds your self-trust. It builds your internal credibility. More importantly, it builds your belief in yourself. Because you know what? The greatest blessings isn't what comes to you. It's what grows inside of you. Because what happens is you become the person that can withstand your storms without collapsing under them. You become someone who can own their stories instead of sabotaging them. You can become someone who can handle the weight of winning your dreams of your next level. So I want to stress, blessings just don't require your faith. They require your capacity. They require you to believe in yourself, to step back up and make your next move your loudest one yet. Because your consistency builds your faith in yourself. Now, I believe in you. You need to believe in you. This is it. Your next step is your next goal. And your dreams and your goals and your blessings are right on the other side of that step. Thank you for joining.